Hello and welcome to another World of Tanks replay. This time I am in the T28 Heavy Tank Concept, also just known as the T28 HTC, or just T28 Concept, or the fucking ugly reward tank you get in the second set of missions. Call it what you want. I have it and I'm playing it. So I wrote a review of this tank for the What Labs community, and I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to read it. But basically what you need to know about this tank is that it has quite good frontal armor with 200mm thick lower plate and then highly angled upper plate. Sadly it's not very mobile, as you'll see in this replay. And it has two quite prominent weak spots here on the side, as you can see. Front on, if you hit this or this, it's 130 something millimeters, which means it's not really that big of a deal. Although you can hide them, as I'll show you in this replay. So it's not too bad. I mean, obviously it's slow, because it is T28. But I actually find the armor to be quite reliable once you know how to hide the different weak spots. And also, since people have no clue what to do about your tank, because it's so rare, you can bounce even more. So that's always a great plus. So yeah, let's get this replay going. Now here, this is full speed turning. Yeah. It takes a small eternity to turn this vehicle. But then you can actually see that in a straight line this tank accelerates. I feel like it accelerates surprisingly well compared to the size and armor it has. But then once it reaches 29-ish kilometers an hour, it stops. So you're still not a fast tank. And here you can see the excellent gun traverse. It can move 30 degrees to either side, which is good. And it allows you to do something up here in this corner, which is quite clever. You can turn your tank to one side because of the gun, so you hide the weak spot on the opposite side, and then you can hide the inner weak spot behind the building, like you see me doing here with a Panther. Not a Panther, at the Jackson in a second. The gun is the same gun that the T32 gets, which means 320 alpha, 181mm of pen, and yeah, quite standard. Decent reload of 10 something seconds. And here this Jackson is being right arse and blocking me, because I tried to tell him in a second in chat that he should go behind me and use me as the building instead of this, because I need the building. So now I just go in front of him and show him I need the building, because I will pause quickly. Okay, maybe not. There we go. So as you can see, like this is the profile the enemy has to shoot at me. So basically they can still snipe the cupolas up here, even though not a lot of people know that. But this is auto bound, this is 200mm plus, and even if I were to drive out a bit further, I would still hide this MG port behind the rubble and the other MG port behind my tank. So sitting like this makes you a very strong tank, which is also my plan. I mean, I've had great success by doing this. And as you can see, everything is bouncing. Besides, I find one tank this tank does not like is the KV2, which just managed to flap the Jackson, and now the Jackson is about to QQ in chat because that was my fault. But basically, you saw that KV2 did 280 damage to me with an HE, because he has a flipping 152mm high explosive. He can really wreck me, and with this limited, there you see. I mean, that. Let's just pause that. That hit. I'm assuming somewhere here, maybe in my gun mantlet. I don't know, but yeah, somewhere on my thicker part of the armor, but because this plate here is only between 50 and 70 millimeters, it can actually penetrate down into it, meaning that he actually rolls for a lot. 350 damage he just rolled for, which is not something we want. But the SU-100Y, no problem, I bounced him. So as you can see, I'm bouncing everything besides KV2 HE shells, because they are, yeah, KV2 HE fucking retardedly. And there he misses. I've now decided to use Senior Whiny Jackson as my cover, because hopefully he can hide me. 100Y misses. I've decided to ignore the Hellcat because he's not doing anything, he's just bouncing every day. Even though he does have a view to my... Oh yeah, sorry if you can hear that. There's some remodeling in my building at the moment. But as I was saying, I was ignoring the Hellcat because he was never going to pen me. So therefore... But now I'm like, okay, fuck it, I need to do something. And the KV2 loops a shell. I have no idea how that hit still. I think it hit. I mean, looking at how it's profile, it must have hit like here. Like a pixel sniping. Yeah, there, it hit right here. And I mean, that's just annoying. And it broke my gun. So now I'm like, okay, fuck it, I need to do something. I bounced the 100Y again. So now I'm like, okay, I need to kill this 100Y. There we go. Okay. And I'm thinking, I don't want to expose myself to this KV2 again, because he can finish me off. And here, yeah, here. There you see me examining where the hell he pinned me, or not pinned me, just where he hit. And I could continue my plan of pushing out the Jackson to give me some cover. But now my team pushes in, the Stuk goes in, and he finds out that the KV2 is not there, so I'm thinking, okay, he's... yeah, exactly. I had a feeling he would come up that way, so I just snap a shot at him and hide behind the corpse of the Jackson and wait for support. The KV2 got impatient and fired. I take a clutch shot, but the Stuk is about to end his life. So now, again, enjoy this super traverse. Yeah. Not fantastic. But, so yeah, you can see... yeah, again, sorry for this remodeling noise, if you can hear it in the video. But, as I was saying, everything that was not KV2 HE bounced this tank. So when you're in that type of position that I was in here, this tank is so strong. I mean, it's unbelievable. If you have 200 millimeters of pen, you can go through the lower plate semi-reliably. Oh, nice ammo rack. But not a lot of people know that, and if you angle it, like, I mean, I was sitting basically like this, so if you angle it here, I think you have just 230 something millimeters of protection effectively, and that you don't see a lot of tier 7 tanks with that kind of penetration. Maybe Tiger APTR, can't remember. Well, and this, I mean, even this tank can't pen it itself if it's angled properly, which I find hilarious. So in tier 7 games like the one I had here, or this was actually almost tier 6 as well, about a third of each, then you can just go on a corner and laugh and hope that neither RT or a KV2 decides to shoot at you. So really, this tank, it's actually quite fun. It's like the E3 of tier 7, or T95 maybe of tier 7. So I mean, it's fun. I like it. It's slow, and it's not that fun to play in tier 9 games because you just get wrecked because of lack of health, and people, or a lot of tanks, they have 200 millimeters plus penetration, so that means your lower plate is just cheese in no time. But I mean, in matchups like this and on city maps, it's great fun. So I am personally keeping it, and I will play it some more because I think it's, yeah, as I said, fun in a way. It's really relaxing because you're so slow. You just pick a flank and you drive down there, and then you just make sure to win your flank or delay them enough for your team to win the other flank. It's not, you don't have to concentrate about flexing and flanking and changing conditions on the battlefield. Just concentrate on your area and have fun in that area. So, and this was an ace tanker game, not anything spectacular, but since I don't think a lot of people have this tank at the moment, it's quite easy to get an ace tanker. I've managed to sneak in quite a few, even though I've only played 20 odd battles. So yeah, and I got steel wall and I think high caliber in this match. I'm not sure, but I'll leave the post map screenshots as usual after I'm done talking, so you can have a look for yourself. But yeah, and as I said in the beginning, I will leave a link in the description to I'll leave a link to the review I've made on WaterLabs in the description of this video, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions or whatever, feel free to ask away. And yeah, I don't know if I'll upload more gameplay of this tank because it's usually not that exciting. Because you're so slow, you just drive to a corner and sit. But if something hilarious happens, like I'm soloing 4 tanks at the same time, or I get, I don't know, 10k block damage, I'll upload it, just for shits and giggles. But anyway, I hope to see you on the battlefield, and if not, then hopefully I will see you for my next video. So, bye bye, and thanks for watching.